Alright guys, so we have gotten another update. So this is gonna be for the June, and June is looking like gonna be pretty impactful, just with a lot of content and a lot of major changes in a way. So they're just gonna be providing us with like a monthly updates in a way. So let's kind of see. So main story, we already gotten the 0083 Stardust memory. So this is more or less like a recap. So this is new, which we covered yesterday. We have the mapped event of Volume 1. So happening in mid-June, so we know it's going to be next week on the Monday. So I think exactly 7 days from now we're getting this. So the map event is an event where we kind of read that already, but this time around they're actually providing us with some image of how that actually looks like. So we have the battle, boost your forces, and acquired rewards. So this is actually pretty interesting then. This event require PP points. What is that? What the heck is PP? Okay, so PP points are points which recover over time and which would be spent when retrieving boost items or facing battles when landing on map spaces. Since the maximum amount of PP has a high limit, fully replenishing your PP can take up to 2 days. We encourage you to play as much as possible. Is that like a acronym, or is there like an actual name to that? Like, I mean, I'm trying not to laugh really do that, but dude, they gotta throw us a bone, man. I don't know, but it looks like they're introducing a new energy because we already have the AP up top or the energy right there. So I assume that is gonna be like a new thing moving forward. Okay. But back to this real quick. So we gotta kind of cover that already, right? All right. The next one is limited time tracks added. Players are now able to enjoy in-game two music hits. Plasma, all right, yeah, obviously from Gundam G Crux, and the winner from a Mobile Suit Gundam 8883 Stardust Memory. So this is actually pretty lit because you know why? When we play SD Gundam Battle Alliance, they actually toss in more or less like a remix of those hit songs, but in here they actually just slap on the actual whatever song they have. So when I have to upload this video, like whenever I use pilots from G-Crux or pilots from Stardust Memory or whatever, I get hits. So when I upload this video, I get copyright strikes. So dude, it's cool, but like for content creators, like bro, really they couldn't remix these songs for us. I mean, I'm asking too much, but it's cool. We like them because it gives us the atmosphere of like around those series. I like those, so that's good. So here's gonna be the future update maps for us. So we got June, we got that event already, map event, and then there's gonna be a live stream towards the end of June. So more or less of what they did for May or April, or if I forgot which day it was, but that's cool. So adding main story. All right, so July. If you guys are waiting for Seed Destiny, my Seed Destiny fellow enjoyers, this is the day to save. So if you guys are not, you guys don't care what's coming out next week, or I would say early July. I'm targeting probably, I want to say maybe June 30th. I'm targeting that day when we are getting Seed Destiny. So if you guys are someone that wants the new Destiny Gundam or whatever unit that comes out along the Destiny series, the main stage, look up for that. And then after that, this is probably going to be late or mid July. We're getting a Thunderbolt December Sky. I don't not that I don't like Thunderbolt, but I just never really watch it like that, so I can't really enjoy it. I know like the overall animation itself is crispy. The animation is good. I know it, but I maybe if I give it a watch and I'll start liking it, and I'll be like, gosh, I gotta summon for the new Psychic Saku or the new Full Armor Gundam Thunderbolt or whatever. But so right now I don't really care too much about the Thunderbolt, so that's gonna be a skip for me. Here to talk about, as shared during the previous live stream, the main stage, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny, is scheduled to be released. Oh, so they talk about late June to early July. So that's literally coming out probably June 30th then. Alongside with another series which will be reviewed during the next live stream. Also, the release of the story event Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, The Summer Sky, has been proposed to mid-July. Alright, that's fine, I guess. Because they are dropping things that we're not expecting, so we gotta give them credits for it because they're doing a lot. Giving like the what is it? Every other week interval, so that's totally fine. Yeah, they're talking about the producer live stream that's going to be taking place at the end of June, so more information is going to be announced probably by then, so that's good, I guess. And then regarding the future of Master League, so this is definitely something a lot of people had concern about because I think the main issue they talked about right there, the player AI is stressful. Yes, that AI system, whatever they have in mind, is terrible. 1000% terrible, because there are situations where you knew you can win because your unit is there, like you know you can use some higher attacking weapons, but the game was like, nah, let's just use the most convenient one. So unfortunately, I would say this time around we definitely dropped the ball because only a third of the original, like whatever the first survey was 600k. This time around we're only down to 250. So the more feedback we give to the devs, the more they're just going to improve. So whenever they're doing the next survey, I do hope that players are actually contributing, or not, I shouldn't say contributing, but providing the feedback necessary, because if there are things that you guys don't like, let them know. They're going to change it because they have been pretty upfront about what they want to change, and they're giving us, they're summarizing what we've been saying to them essentially. So let's just kind of go down there because there are 5 bulletin points to kind of talk about. We received a wide range of feedbacks regarding AI. A frequent one was the weapons that can destroy the enemy are activated, but it is stressful seeing weapon that cannot destroy the enemy being selected. Yeah, that's the main problem, because you know you can destroy them, but they're like, oh, let's not use the EX one, let's use Wasabi or Restrict Freedom. They were like, what do you mean? So now they're going to be introducing what order they're doing. So taking user play styles into account, we plan to implement adjustments regarding this area. Specifically, we plan to implement the following. Even on auto, the weapon that can deal the most damage is preferably selected. That's good. That's what we wanted. So we want to always strike them with the maximum damage. That's pretty much the thing. Especially Master League, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? During development, there should be ways for units other than UR units to be played an active role. And then number 3, there is a huge difference between strengths in matchmaking. So are these all pertaining to the yes, these should still be Master League. We receive much feedback asking for adjustment regarding the strength difference in matchmaking, for ways to form teams creatively regardless of the strength of the units. Yeah, I would just say like the first Master League, they're just not. You will see the same team every time you refresh, especially when you make it into the Master League. You see Strike Freedom, Justice. What else is there? Gundam. What else is out there? Aerius Gundam. Because those are like the biggest team out there. Because using Lacus as the supporter ship, you get the biggest power boost ever. So I mean, it's just the fact that you keep seeing that is kind of depressing, because like, you know, like as a free-to-play player, once you get up top, virtually there's nothing you can do if you don't have those units. That it was honestly depressing for sure. In order to implement adjustment that satisfy all users, we kindly ask for some time to consider adjustment regarding this matter. Yeah, they just can't do anything about this, because once you get up to Master League, it's Whale Fest. There's no way to avoid it, unless they're just not a way. I mean, they can. Here's what I would think they can do, but it's not going to be fair in a way, because they can make it where if we have those units, they're capping them at or I shouldn't say cap, but if you have those unit regardless, just make everything max out. So at that point in time, you're kind of talking about like an even playing ground, but they're gonna have to add something where is unique to your own unit versus the other player. Then you can kind of talk about like, oh, well, since everyone is maxed out, the only thing that you kind of have to worry about is like the equipment or whatever. They can do that, but I don't think that's gonna be feasible in the long term. So yeah, they definitely have to do something about like, oh, how to actually make it balanced when like the free to play player can't summon every week or every other 2 weeks to get the newest unit that would fit into whatever specific category they would want. That's the biggest thing out there. And then they're talking about furthermore, we also recognize that stat upgrades tags in the season 0 were tagged mainly on protagonists and rival, which many include your units. In response, from the next events, we will be adding more tags, which will be mentioned later. Number 4, it is difficult to upgrade units fast enough during the event period, therefore it is hard to obtain a high score. That I wouldn't say is the biggest problem in my opinion, because there's only a handful unit that you can kind of use, and you wouldn't really just upgrade out of the blue, because you gotta see what's people are using to even upgrade them. So I feel like this isn't really the problem. I feel like this is poor management from the player themselves, because you're not even supposed to upgrade every unit in your box. You want to upgrade things that are like useful to you to use. So I know that's a problem for the long term, just material in general, but you're not even supposed to upgrade. Yeah, you just have to be careful on what you upgrade. You don't want to like, oh, let me upgrade XYZ so I can try things out. But when whatever people you see on YouTube or whatever they post is not relevant, like you're like, oh gosh, like what have I done? So I feel like number 4 is kind of like a stretch, but if they can kind of accommodate for more resources, that's fine. But I don't see number 4 being like the biggest problem. You guys can definitely let me know if you guys agree on that or not. But my stance on it, I don't feel like it's the biggest problem. So number 5, oh, this one is actually interesting. This one is talking about once you reach 150,000 point early on, there's nothing to do. So they're actually going to be implementing a new challenge mode for player the wells, essentially. What else they can do? So you can get more titles, so that's fine. If it's nothing relating to like diamonds or any other lucrative reward, I don't care about that. The titles are cool, but the title doesn't mean a thing to me. So whatever they can do after that, that's fine to satisfy the player base, but that's cool. In the challenge level, players will be able to earn exclusive title by achieving a new high score during the event period. So that's whatever in my opinion. Alright, the next one is going to be UC series and tough as nails. So they're being broad about this one actually then. And then the stage is going to be ground. Alright, so it's atmospheres and ground actually. So alright, we shall prep for that one then. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much like the majority of things, because like the Master League definitely gave a lot of players headaches, I would say. So this is going to be regarding the version 1.2.0 update. They're going to be doing a additional, auto form feature. Okay, so this is by selecting the supporter, so assuming the supportership, players will be able to form units around that, so that's cool. And then they're also tweaking the search by keyword function, so that's good. Other than that, they're also going to be implementing this. So this is actually pretty huge. So this is the capture request event. It resets weekly, but what they're actually adjusting, they're actually adding the SP conversion coins. So that is actually really nice, because it means every 5 weeks you'll be able to get an SSR, SR, or even whatever unit you want. You are below to SP status. So that's nice actually. And they're going to be adding some high difficulty content. So this is actually going to be affecting the new Eternal role. So they're just going to be adding Eternal at a faster pace. So that's why, because that's more, because like Eternal Roll is more for like strategic gameplay. That game was actually testing out how smart you are. I feel like I'm dumb. I'm dumb as heck when playing Eternal Roll. You guys know that. I'm not the first one to post these like runs or whatever, but those out there, y'all smart. I gotta give you guys that. You guys are just genius on this. Like strategically, I gotta give to you guys. But other than that, pretty good, awesome update. I feel like whatever they're trying to address is cool. Overall, it's gonna be a pretty banger update for June, I feel like. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it in terms of covering pretty much the whole entirety of like June, whatever is gonna be coming out, and a little bit of early July. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it for me, and I will be catching you guys all on the next one.